Hello students, this is Vinay sir, your mathematics teacher. Once again I welcome you all to the online class organized by Alchemy School. Students, today we are going to start a new chapter and the chapter is chapter number 5, lines and angle. Okay, in this chapter we all are going to discuss about points, line segment and draw. We will discuss the introduction of these points. Then after we will try to understand what is complementary angles, what is supplementary angles, what is adjacent angles, vertically opposite angles, linear pair angles. We will try to understand what is parallel lines and transversal. Okay, so let's start today's class. The first topic that we are going to discuss, the introduction of points, line segment and ray. The first thing is, what is point? So students, when we are going to introduce a point, so a point is, we can write a point is nothing but a dot made by a sharp pen or pencil on a plain surface. Okay, so easily we can define what is point. So point is nothing but it is a small dot that is made by with the help of a sharp pencil or a sharp pen on a plain surface. Okay, we can a point can be named with the help of capital alphabet, that is A to Z. We can use capital alphabet A to Z to name a point. Okay, so this is the point. I hope it is clear for you all. Now the next topic that we all are going to discuss is what is line. Okay, so students, line is a one dimensional figure. It means a line has only one dimension and that is length. Figure that extends in both direction endlessly. Okay, it means if I make a figure here, so you can observe this is called a line and this arrow shows that this line is extending in both the direction endlessly. It means a line does not have any end point. Okay, we can say that a line is a collection of collinear points. So collinear point means when two or more than 2 points lying on a single line, they are called collinear line. So if we take example, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, E and F. So we can see these all points are lying on a single line. So these points are called collinear points. Okay. Now the next we are going to discuss is that is line segment. What is line segments? What is line segment? So students, line segment is a part of line. Okay, the distance between any 2 points on a line represented by line segment. Okay, if we take the example, I have this line. This is line because I have made this arrow here. So this arrow represent this is a line. Okay, if we are going to erase this arrow, okay, it means this is not extending in both the direction, and this point is the end point. So it is A and it is B. So this is line segment and it is written as line segment EP. Okay, to represent a line, if it is a line, so we can represent it like that. This is a line AB, and to represent a line segment, we can remove this arrow, and this is line segment now. Okay, as I told you, if we have a line is a collection of points, so we can find many points here. Okay, so this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is E. The distance between any 2 points, we can take distance between A and B, we can take the distance between A and C, we can take distance between A and T, we can take the distance between B and D. So distance between any 2 points is represented by line segment. Okay, so now the next we are going to discuss is a ray. Okay, so a ray starts from a point and extend in one direction only. It means a ray has one end point. Okay, let's try to understand a ray by taking example. So we can see, if I make a figure here, okay, I am making one arrow here, one side I will represent with the help of arrow, and this arrow shows that this figure is extending in one direction endlessly. Okay, this is one point, that is the starting point of this ray, and this point is considered as the end point of this ray. It can be represented as, suppose that it is A point and this is B point, so we can write it A and B, and this is the way how we can represent a ray. Okay students, so here we all have seen what is point, what is line segment, and what is ray. Let's discuss some other points from the same chapter. Okay, the next thing that we are going to discuss here, that is pair of angles. Okay, that is also called related angle. Okay, so we are going to learn about complementary angle. Okay, so it is very simple, and in previous class already we have seen about complementary angle. What is complementary angle, students? So it is very simple. When sum of two angles is equal to 90 degree, they are called complementary angle. Okay, so we can take the examples here. If we have two angles, one angle is 70 degree and the other angle is 20 degree, we can see these two angles, when we add these two angles, these are equal to 90 degree. So these two angles are complementary angle of each other. So one more important thing is that if one angle is given to us and if we are going to find the complementary angle of given angle, so how we can find it? So we can find complementary angle of a given angle is equal to 90 degree minus given angle. Okay, suppose I am taking one example here. Okay, so let's see, find the complementary angle of 60 degree. So when we are going to find the complementary angle of 60 degree, we have to subtract this from 90 degree. Okay, so simply we can write 90 degree minus 60 degree, and when we subtract it, we get here 30 degree. So this 30 degree is the complementary angle of 60 degree. We are going to add 60 degree and degree. The result will be 90 degree. That's why these two angles are called complementary angle. Okay. Now the next we are going to discuss is supplementary angle. Let's see. So the second one is supplementary angle. It is as same as we have discussed about complementary angle. So we can write when sum of two angles is 180 degree, they are called supplementary angle. Okay, so we can take the example here to understand it. When we have two angles, one is 120 degree and the other is 60 degree. When we are going to add these two angles, we get the result 180. So these two angles are the supplementary angle. Okay, the same thing we have to understand here. If one angle is given to us and it is asking to find the supplementary angle of it, so how we can find it? So let's see. Example, find degree. So when we are going to find the supplementary angle of this 80 degree, simply we have to write it. So supplementary angle of a given angle is equal to 180 degree minus given angle. Simply we can write here 180 degree, subtract 80 degree and we get the result here 100 degree. So this 100 degree is the supplementary angle of 80 degree. Okay, when we are going to add these two angles, we get the result 180 degree. So these two angles are called supplementary angle. Let's see the next one. So next pair of angle we are going to discuss is adjacent angle. Okay, so let's try to understand what is adjacent angles. Okay, so students, to understand it, first of all write the definition. Okay, when two angles have a common side and common vertex, they are called, and they should not overlap to each other. They are called adjacent angle. Okay, we can understand it. Suppose that we have a figure. Okay, so we can see that it is an angle and this is also an angle. So when okay, so we can understand it by observing the figures. So suppose that we have a figure like this. In this figure we have two angles. This is one angle and this is the another angle. We can see this side is common between this angle and this angle, and this is the common vertex between this angle and this angle. And when we observe this angle and this angle, we can find these two angles are not overlapping to each other. Okay, when we take this angle, so we find that this angle is overlapping on this angle. So we are not taking this angle. Okay, we are taking only this angle and this angle. So represent this angle with the help of 1, represent this angle with the help of 2. So angle 1 and angle 2 are called adjacent angle. One more example you can see. If we have a straight angle, okay, so this angle is represented by 1 and this angle is represented by 2. So we can see that this angle and this angle are adjacent angle. Why? Because this side is common between this angle and this angle, and this is the common vertex, and we can see these angles are not overlapping on each other. So this angle and this angle is called, so here also angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angle. I hope it is clear now for adjacent angle for everyone. Okay. Now the next we are going to discuss is that is linear pair angle. Okay. So let's see what is linear pair angle. Okay. So next is linear pair angle. So let's see what are linear pair angles. Okay. So when two angles together form a straight angle, they are called linear pair angle. Okay, so we can observe this figure. Okay, so you can see here we have two angles. This is one angle and this is another angle. This is angle 1, this is angle 2. These two angles together forming this angle, and this is 180 degree. Okay, so we can write angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pair angle. Okay, one more thing you can observe, these two angles are also adjacent angle. Okay, these two angles are also adjacent angle, and these two angles are called linear pair angle. Adjacent angle, why they are adjacent angle? Because you can see this angle and this angle have the common line, common side, and they have the common vertex, and they are not overlapping on each other. Okay, and they are linear pair angle. Why? Because these two angles are forming a straight angle, that is 180 degree. Okay, so they are linear pair angle and adjacent angle too. The next we are going to discuss is that is vertically opposite angle. Okay, so students, you have to understand, when two lines or line segment intersect each other on a point, they form many angles. Okay, suppose that this is a line segment, this is another line segment. When these two line segments are crossing to each other on a point, they are forming the angles. So this angle and this angle is called vertically opposite angle. So we can write here angle 1 and angle 2. So angle 1 and angle 2 are vertically opposite angle. The same way angle 3 and angle 4 are also vertically opposite angle. So here you can write angle 1 and angle 2 are vertically opposite angle. Second, angle 3 and angle 4 are also vertically opposite angle. When we are talking vertically opposite angle, so we have to remember the things. Angle 1 and angle 2 will be equal. Angle 3, angle 4 will be equal. So we can write here vertically opposite are equal. It means angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. These two angles are vertically opposite angle. These two angles are vertically opposite angle, and opposite angle, vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay. So let's see the next topic. Okay, students. So next topic that we are going to discuss is that is parallel line. So what is parallel line? Let's see what is parallel line. To understand the parallel line, we have to observe the figure. Okay, this is a line. This is also a line. Okay, suppose that this is line L and this is line M. When two lines never meet to each other and they have equal distance everywhere, they are called parallel line. जब दो लाइन एक दूसरे से कहीं पे भी मिले ना और उनके बीच का डिस्टेंस हर जगह पे सेम हो, they are called parallel line. So we can write here, when two lines never meet to each other on any point and anywhere, they are called okay, and parallel line are represented with the help of this symbol. So L is parallel to M. Okay, this is the way how we can represent two given parallel lines. Okay, so L is parallel to M. Okay, now the next we are going to discuss is transversal. What is transversal? Okay, so let's try to understand what is transversal. To understand transversal, again we have to make a figure. Okay, so we have two lines, whether they are parallel or not. Parallel है या नहीं है जरूरी नहीं है. We should have two lines. Okay, so this is line L and this is line M. When two lines are crossed by a third line P on two distinct points, so the line that is crossing two lines, this is called transversal. Okay, so when two lines are crossed by a third line on two distinct points, the third line is called transversal. Okay, so this is line L, this is line M, this is line P, and line P is the transversal of line L and line M. Okay, it is not necessary to have a parallel line. We should have this kind of line, and when it is crossed by a third line, so this is also called transversal of two given lines. Okay, so students, here we have discussed a lot of points. You can practice for these points. When we meet again, then we will try to take some questions from first exercise. Okay, till then, keep practicing, keep learning, stay safe and stay at home. Thank you so much.